Hey everyone. So I decided I'm going to do a video this week because Ian did one last week, and I can't just let Ian have all the fun. And this week I was sort of thinking, should I do something on macro because I covered what everyone's going to be talking about on financial media this week, which is going to be the Federal Reserve lifting interest rates. Then on Thursday we're going to get the US GDP report. But you're going to get so much of that really across all financial media. And if you want to know our take, my take, subscribe to the Substack link down below in my name, and then read the email that was sent out, or you can go to paulmampilli.substack.com and you'll read my viewpoint on both what the Fed is going to do today and then also the GDP report that's coming. Today, I want to look forward, and you know that I have always pretty much last 6, 7 years have been big on 3D printing. And in yesterday's Substack, I referred to an article that is from March, so it's not like from yesterday, but March of this year, and had some really big eye-popping numbers. It comes from a really pretty awesome company called Formlabs. And in the last couple of years, really since the COVID sort of outbreak in March of 2020 became something that really started to influence our lives in a big way and hasn't stopped. What they found is that 40% of the respondents to a survey, and Formlab serves manufacturers, people who make things. 40% of people were adding 3D printing into their workflows. So what does that mean? I mean, it means that lots of people that previously maybe thought of 3D printing as some sort of like extra kind of process that they might go through, something that's separate from what they actually do, now start to integrate that into their daily workflow. Meaning they're counting on it to actually fulfill orders, to make money, to generate revenue, and becomes a critical part of what they do. And I'll tell you why this is important for the stocks that we've covered historically in the past, the 3D printing stocks. And then on top of that, 60% of those who recently adopted 3D printing report frequent use of 3D printing for end-use applications as they struggle to solve supply chain challenges and meet customer expectations. So one of the things that I believed was going to unfold based on trends that were already occurring, actually even pre-COVID, which is that the world of globalized making of things, where a lot of things are made in China, there's a few things that are made in other parts of Asia, some things more that are made in South America. They might be assembled in the United States or in Europe. Depends on very almost near perfect sort of synchronization of logistics and shipping and trucking, all for happen in almost perfect time, which again broke down because different countries decided to enact different policies for COVID. China employed this very tough lockdown procedure. We went through our things. What it's done is completely broken that. It was in the process of breaking even pre-COVID, but now it's just completely broken. And so what I just read out is companies, organizations adapting, iterating to a new world that is like in front of them, where for them to complete a part, and I'm, like a car or something like that, they are sometimes waiting 2 or 3 months for some single part to arrive from China or somewhere else. And so they're now saying, hey, enough with this. We got to take, control of this, put control of these things in our own hands. And when they go and look, the answer is technology and 3D printing. So I believe what you're going to see as things unfold, and right now we're in a bear market. So when I actually put this article in the email that went out yesterday, one of the folks on Twitter who writes me all the time, he was ribbing me. It's like, hey, but why are these stocks, never moving? Like, why is 3D Systems, where it is from like 2 years ago, or Stratasys or Proto Labs, or many of the other 3D printing stocks that we know of? Well, the thing is, it's a bear market. I mean, nobody's really, the markets are being run by macro traders who are, waiting for what the Fed is going to do today, what the GDP report is going to be like on Thursday, and other macro stuff. And most folks that are looking at companies whether based on technology or sales growth or any of these things, for the most part, they're like you. They're sitting back waiting for the all clear. And then you'll start to see people come in, and that's when prices will start to move up. But the point of bringing up all this about 3D printing is that underneath what's going on is incredibly optimistic. This is how you can identify superstar stocks, which is that, while everyone's looking at something else, they're doing the work and they're building value. They're creating, the platform for extraordinary, incredible, huge gains that will come when the market conditions are right. So, of course, you could wait, I suppose, but, the reality that I've seen is that things turn, and they turn quite suddenly. And then suddenly what happens is that this psychological thing happens where people start to want yesterday's price, which was whatever, 20% lower, 30% lower, 40% lower. And then they end up keeping on missing everything because the price keeps moving up, and then they keep wanting yesterday's price. So I would tell you that 3D printing, this is a sector that's going to be absolutely huge. Many of these stocks have sat in effectively a trading range for almost a decade. But meanwhile, underneath, the technology has matured, their business models are real, and there is massive adoption, just like I laid out. So in some previous videos, I laid out the ABCs. Now this is a D, 3D printing. Well, it's not actually a D, but it's close. So 3D printing, going to be another one of the big leaders of the coming big bull market that's ahead. So that's my video for this week. Hey, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up. And in the details below is a link for Substack. This is a platform that allows me to write about whether it be macro or stocks. And if you want to know what Ian and I are thinking, subscribe below. All right, this is Paul saying bye.